Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about something that I personally don't believe in, but I would say that I always try to keep an open mind to things. Try to. Some things it's just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, woman, you had the right of way. That's right. She didn't. But real life happens in the middle of a video. But remember, I live in Narcissismville. Anyway. And this is about past life regression. All right. Now, I remember, I haven't looked up regression in a long time. So, but this was about past life, the previous life regression. And it was a book that I read. It wasn't a scholarly book. It was a fiction. And I have never before then and never since then read anything about past life regression. Okay. That I remember, or really, I think for a large part I saw it as a bunch of hooey. Yeah, I did. And now, like I say, I don't believe in it, but teach their own, and I'm trying to keep an open mind. But how many people do believe in it? I remember when I was young, I didn't like the whole thought of, I'm talking like a kid even, about hearing people say that this is one of their lives, and they have more than one life. Reincarnation. That's what we used to always call it, reincarnation. I don't know if they still do or not. But yeah, I didn't like hearing about that. I don't know why. But it started in childhood. I don't think I've mentioned in videos on this channel before that my mother, she was into all this kind of stuff. My dad was not. So I grew up in one house with both of them, with four siblings. And at some point, my maternal grandparents. But anyway, it was a big house. But my mother was into just about everything you can imagine. About like that's conspiracy theories or anything that deviated from the norm. I think that's the best way to put it. Anything that deviated from the norm, she was into. And so I think that could have been it. I'm like. My attitudes and my views and everything were totally opposite than hers, and always have been. Who knows why? Maybe because I heard it too much and I just didn't believe, even as a child. So, but that might be why I grew up being one of the types that say to each their own, and I don't say to each his own, to each their own. Got it? Okay. To each their own, whatever. As long as it's not hurtful, harmful to somebody else, themselves or somebody else, anybody else. Yeah, it's not illegal, and along that line. There are exceptions to every rule, kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, she overall, to get back to this, my mother, she believed in all this kind of thing, but I didn't. And it might have been a book that she had that I read about it, but like I said, it was fiction. It was, well, it depends on if you believe it's fiction, but it was a fiction novel, like a what do you call them these days? What genre would it be? It wasn't like a romance, but along that line. And maybe it was a romance. I don't think of it. It was when I was young. Anyway, and the whole story was about somebody going back to, that they would have memories of what their past life was like. Okay, what happened in their past life, they'd have flashbacks and memories about it. So... Now, like I've said, I don't believe in that. I just don't, that we've had previous lives. Keep an open mind, but yeah. And now I know I have had flashes of people, women, all women, and I'm like, who is that? I don't know that person. I'm talking while I'm awake and walking around doing stuff. But it's only been, I think, twice. And I would remember that, say, well, it wouldn't be past life regression because that looked like something in the future. And I'm not going to say, what would that be? It wouldn't be regression. What would it be? Think about it seriously. If it's me in the future, yeah, I don't believe in that either, of course. But like I said, keep an open mind. But what do you think? How do you see it? Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe that we've had previous lives and we will continue to have other lives? We're not just here for this one life. And what would make you believe that? What would make you think it even? Was there an experience, or you just have that kind of thought that it, you think that it would be? So what is it based on? But yes, I'm curious how many people believe it. I haven't heard, like I said, I haven't heard anything really that I can recall now about this before that time, that book, and after that. That was many years ago. So I'm curious if other people believe in it or not. Now, I had heard about, reincarnation plenty of times in my life, but nobody really talking about that they felt they could have a flashback of what happened in their previous life. Now, I remember when I was younger, I had a feeling that maybe I was hung, when I was in a previous life. This is funny because I don't like to wear necklaces. I don't like to wear anything around my neck. Now, that would be a stretch to say that's the cause, that's the reason. Instead, it could be that something happened when I was a kid, like a necklace got caught on something, and I was too young to now remember it. You see, why wouldn't somebody go in that direction with it instead? I would. Something happened in my childhood that I think even one of them was something about a reporter and a scarf. That was when I was young. Not when I don't know if I was a kid then or not. Not sure. But anyway, some kind of thought that other than something that would really be like my mom and deviate from the norm. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. If you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, click the circle icon. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles that pop up. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.